All right, everybody. Third time's the charm. This is the third time that I've tried to do this live stream coming to you from mainland China. It's kind of frustrating in that I'll share with you. Before you get ready to do it, you establish a connection, and the connection is there. Everything looks good. Then you set everything up. You get all your files ready to go. Get your camera, lights, audio, everything set up, and then the connection goes bad. So hopefully the connection is good right now. It seems to be stable. Uh, we'll see. We'll see how long this goes. I'm extremely exhausted tonight because Mona and I are on a road trip throughout western Guangdong right now. We're a little less than a week into this. And we've been on the road, we've been hiking, we've been exploring, we've been eating amazing food, been seeing a lot of new things. And there's a lot of things I want to talk about in this live stream. But I don't want it to be too late because, quite frankly, we're just exhausted and I want to go to sleep and get up and do it some more. We got a big day tomorrow ahead of us. So if you're joining me, say hi. Who else out there? The title of this live stream is "It's Happening Again," and that's just referring to some things that happened a year ago with regards to COVID-19 and everything going on. Now here in Guangdong, things are pretty good. In fact, it's the week before Chinese New Year, and we've elected to travel this week because we think it would be a little easier, a little bit better. We've done all the proper precautions and done all the testing and got all the paperwork ready to go for us to do this. Hey, Billy. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. Anyways, we are currently at the Sheraton Hotel in Xincheng Town, Xinxing District of Yunfu City in western Guangdong. It's my first time here. Never been here before. And this was not my first choice of hotels. I'll begin with this. Before you travel this time in Guangdong, I have to stay in Guangdong. I'm not allowed to leave, but I am allowed to travel within Guangdong. And we got our COVID tests, and it's good for 7 days. We have all of our QR codes ready to go. We even printed out a copy of my negative test just in case the app for some reason didn't go through, and that has actually been very useful. We started our first night. We went camping in Zhongshan. It was a little rowdy, not our favorite thing. Then we took a day and took care of some business around my new apartment that I'll share with you guys some other time. Lots going on. And then we took off and we spent our first night in Zhaoqing on an island in the middle of a river, and that was picturesque and wonderful and perfect in every way. It was a great evening camping on the beach. We got into this hotel because and then last night we elected to stay in a hotel to get a good night's rest, and we booked into an international hotel in Deqing, I think that's how you say it, county, which is a far western part of Zhaoqing. And we got to the hotel. They said they wouldn't allow us to stay because I'm a foreigner, and that's not allowed. This is an international hotel that normally allows and has the proper qualifications for a foreigner to stay. But them and including Trip.com both said that I'm not allowed to stay because of the coronavirus, which is actually illegal. It's not allowed. And we fought them. We took out the test and the QR codes, and I whipped out my camera and said, I'm making a video about this. This is not right. And, Mona went to bat for me as well, and they eventually just, bowed their head in shame a little bit and, allowed us to stay. This is happening not just to me, but to many foreigners throughout Guangdong and indeed the country. It happened again today. We were unsuccessful in finding a place to camp for the night. There was one place that looked really good, had a waterfall and everything. We were kind of excited about it, but I couldn't get my car it didn't have enough ground clearance to get over these a couple humps in order to get some more security because it was right off the road. So we tried a couple of other places to camp, and everything was closed, and it didn't seem to fit what we wanted. So we elected to come into this city, and we tried to find some hotels. Mona called 3 hotels ahead of time. One was a hot springs resort, very nice hot springs resort. Another was, I think of a lower end hotel, and then the third one was the Vienna International Hotel. If you don't know, Vienna is a massive chain hotel. They're actually a place that I stay quite often when I travel because they're inexpensive and they're very good. It's a clean hotel brand, and this is a brand new one in town. And none of them would allow me to stay because I'm a foreigner, which is not allowed. We tried calling a hotline to have them assist. There was no assistance, so we were able to book into the Sheraton Hotel here, which was the only hotel that would accept me. And we thanked them profusely when we came in. Now, this should be our last night in a hotel on this trip for now, as tomorrow we will be climbing a mountain and hopefully camping on top of the mountain. That is our plan. And the following evening, we are looking at going to, as we come back into Zhongshan, to Kaiping to see the Diaolos and possibly do some camping at what looks like a beautiful lake in Taishan. So that is our plan. Yes, this Sheraton is very nice. It's a new Sheraton. It's not a big one though. It's kind of boring. It's just a tower hotel, but it is lovely, and the people were very welcoming, and it was a nice departure from what we've experienced in other hotels around. So just so you know, in Guangdong, we are allowed to travel. I do have a negative test on file. I have a printed copy. I have all the proper QR codes and all the typical requirements for a foreigner to stay in hotels. And the fact that all the hotels are not allowing foreign guests to stay during this time, even with all of this stuff, is when I've been told is illegal. But there's no recourse for this. They can choose to kick me out the door if they want. And that's why I titled this live stream "It's Happening Again," because we experienced this as a foreign community here in China, a lot of this discrimination last year. And for the most part, we took it in stride. I think black people got it a hell of a lot worse than I did, that's for sure. But I still felt that in the last couple of days, and it's been very frustrating. But hopefully things will turn around over the next few days and weeks to come. So that's what's going on with me. I will share some photos with you, and again, I will not be staying out too late because I'm very tired. Okay, so who's all out there? Iceman's here, Billy's on, Jolly, good to see you, buddy. Jamaica Funk, Gene, what do you say? I'm not interested with traveling in China right now. They suggested we stay in the province. That's my plan. And I'm staying in my province. I'm not traveling. In Guangdong, I don't even think it's a low-risk area. I think it's like a no-risk. There's like no cases here. And people are very strict everywhere you go. Going into a mall, you have to scan your QR code, health check, temperature check, masks everywhere. They're pretty strict about things. They're on top of it. It was strange. We got off the highway today, but there was no temperature check off the highway coming into this city. But the toll taker was in military fatigues. It was the first time I ever saw that before. But they were very nice. Said, "Hey, have a safe trip." And we came in. Who else is out? But I think traveling, you can do it safely, especially in the south. In the north, it's a different world. China's a very large place, so... Gene, what you're probably experiencing is much different than what I'm experiencing. Headed to Suhui in a few days' time. Good, man. Where is that? I don't know that. Gene says, not worth the frustration and humiliation. I thought about that as well, and I kind of wanted the experience. I wanted to get out there and say, no, I'm coming, and, I'm doing it in a safe manner, in a proper manner. We've really taken all the steps required to make this trip a reality. I did some videos about how to get a test, where to get a test, how easy it is to actually get a test, um, how quick it is, and fill in all the boxes in order for you to just go to the town, 2 hours west or 2 hours north of you to enjoy. I mean, we're not going anywhere, crowded. We're going to the mountains. We're hiking and we're camping. If that's not social distancing, I don't know what is. So, but we're following all the proper steps. We're trying to do things legally, and yes, there are some frustrating hurdles that we have to get over, but it's all part of the adventure. That's what Walkabout is all about. You're gonna have some fails, and we had some fails in the last couple of days, but it's still the time of my life. So, let's see. I don't have my glasses on. I left my glasses at home, guys, so I have to kind of squint to read here. Vaccine passport is coming. Hold tight. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, there is the international vaccine card, which is like a little yellow card that looks like a passport. And to go to some countries, you have to have that as well with all your latest. That's just going to be standard for almost all countries, I'm sure, when you travel internationally. Headed to a very small village. I'm pretty sure I'll be okay. Paul, make sure it's 2 hours from Zhongshan. Doesn't matter. Get your test. One thing we've learned on this trip is that the test is mandatory, just about mandatory everywhere you go. And I think in the rural areas, we were in a rural village today, and walking around, and so a couple of the village leaders came up and handed us a new mask, and wanted us to register and see our QR codes. They're pretty strict about things, especially in the rural villages. So if you're going to the rural area, don't think that it's lax. It's not. In fact, I think it's probably more strict in the rural areas than it is in the cities. That's been my experience on the road the last couple of days. The other side of Foshan. Okay, yeah. We were just there a couple of days ago. Anyways, yeah, so tonight we're here. Tomorrow night we'll be on top of a mountain camping. The night after that, we're planning to go see the Diablos in Kaiping and camp on a lake, distancing from everyone before we come back into Zhongshan to do our test again, because you're required to do it. I think it's only good for 7 days. There was some struggle with getting the test pushed down to my QR code, my health code on my phone. Mona got hers like in a day, and mine wasn't coming down, so we had to go back to the hospital late at night, and they printed out a copy, and that printed copy has been a lifesaver over the last couple of days. I do have it on my QR code now, though, and so I think everything will be fine. Okay. Let's do some photos, guys. Share some photos. Again, I don't want to be on too late because I'm exhausted, and tomorrow we got a big day of climbing a mountain and camping. So this is a road. If you can see, the center line of this road is rainbow colors: red, yellow, blue, and the sides are white. We stumbled onto this. This is in Deqing County. And this is, I believe the translation is something along the lines of local industrial scenic road. And I've made a video about this today. I can't wait to, again, all these videos I'm going to have to edit in the future. But this is really interesting because I read about these government initiatives to beautify the countryside and all these villages, not only getting proper road access, but also, electric, Wi-Fi infrastructure, all of these things. And so we saw this in action. We stumbled onto this beautiful area where, we left some of these villages that were really old and run down, beautiful in their own right, and then came to these old villages that have been modernized a little bit with this beautiful infrastructure, fresh paint, two-tone paint colors, beautiful murals on all the sides of the roads, gardens, really a vibrant economy in all of these villages along this road. It was fascinating, and it was absolutely gorgeous seeing these white buildings against the dark green backdrop. That was great. Loved it. So that's that one. I think I got a couple more of this. Hold on. So let's see. Okay, so this one. This is just a reservoir that we stumbled across. We were looking for a place to camp along the side of this reservoir this afternoon, but we just couldn't find access to it. So, here's an example of that two-tone I was telling you about. This is one of the houses. You can see it's still being painted right now. There were guys working on the stucco, redoing it all throughout these villages in this whole area. I mean, the village after village was having this done, and it's beautiful. I got some video of this cute old lady just sitting, in her doorway, looking at her new house. It was really adorable. Yeah, some more pictures from afar. You can see they're not your typical brownstone, dilapidated village that you see in a lot of Guangdong. These are, older houses, but they've been redone, and they're actually attracting a lot of young people back to village life. Mona was telling me she met a woman who moved from the city back to village life to try to be part of this this gentrification of the villages. It's really exciting. It's not just the government initiatives that are putting this, making this happen. These are the people leaving the cities and going back into the countryside, to live a slower lifestyle, and it's something that I admire and want to see more of. Some of the local beef noodles. This was from last night, I believe, or a little bit of food porn for you guys out there. And more villages. We drove to the top of these mountains that had these gigantic wind turbines, and we were looking for a place to camp up there, but we couldn't find a suitable place. It was windy. It was, it was probably gonna be cold, and to be honest, there was a fair amount of garbage on the ground near the campsites. So we elected not to stay. I just didn't feel comfortable staying up there. But standing underneath that and watching these things go around, they have this incredible sound. Very, very cool. On the way up, we noticed we were talking about making a campfire, right? But we didn't have any wood, so we found this guy was just cutting wood on the side of the road near his village, and we pulled up and we asked him, could we buy some? And he said, no, you can just have some. He was the sweetest dude ever. And we got out. He hacked up a couple of logs, and I gave him some money as a thank you, of course. But he gave us more than we needed. And this wood, I guess it's like a special wood, and he actually makes some kind of tea with this wood. But it's got this smell of cinnamon, and we have it in the car right now, and it just makes the car smell so sweet. Awesome. And then he invited us down into his village and to have tea, and he made us some tea with him and his wife, and we had some honey water. He also has some bees. He makes honey, so he made some honey water and chatted with him for a little bit. Very, very cool. The countryside people are so hospitable. It's really amazing. So we haven't made our campfire yet. We'll probably do that in Taishan. All right. So breakfast, of course, the soup dumplings, gotta love them, right? The food porn. This is us on the beach. Of course, I wonder which one's my drink and which one's her drink, right? If you have my Facebook page, you saw this. The sunset was going down. It was a beautiful shot. Yeah. That's where we slept the other night near Zhaoqing on the riverbanks with the water buffaloes. There's a herd of water buffalo running around on this riverbank. They didn't come anywhere near us. They kind of stayed a few, maybe 50 to 100 meters away. But, they were there. You can walk right up to them. Before we left, we had a hamburger at a place called Fat Joe. You guys know I love my hamburgers. This is actually Mona's burger. It's not mine. That's a giant burger. That's got bacon, egg, cheese, onion, and that's a huge burger. But I might have a new favorite hamburger in Zhongshan. This one is really good value for the money, and that's coming up soon. By the way, is a hamburger hunt, Zhongshan hamburger hunt, part 2. Here's the menu. You got like the cowabunga and the what is this? The fat pig, the cow cream, which has like four or five different types of cheese on it. The rubbish chicken is their chicken sandwich. They should probably get a better name than that. Okay, let's go back to the comments here. Thank you all for joining me today. Got a lot of comments here. Let's see. How China vaccination going? I don't know. I know that they're rolling it out a lot. I know the vaccinations in America are starting to uh, show some good signs. I don't know very much about China. It's still in the dark as far as when I can get my vaccine. As a teacher, as a foreigner living in Guangdong, I'm not sure yet. We keep asking about it, but nobody knows for sure yet. I think that they're focusing on the people who need it the most right now, and that's not me. So let's see. Jacob, how are you doing, man? Good morning to you, dude. How you doing, cuz? I hope the family's well. My love to the family, Jacob. China clean energy is coming. It's already here, Iceman. The clean energy. They invest so much in green energy. These things were giant, and there were these giant ones scattered all along this ridge of this mountain range, and you could drive right up to them. They're completely open. Fascinating. But it's not just wind turbines; it's solar. Green energy is taking off here. There's so much investment in it. According to the next 5-year plan, the next growth spot will be in the countryside and environment. I agree, and I hope that happens. The countryside, I'm a big fan of country living, and living in the city, that's been the migration of people towards the cities for jobs, for wealth gain, and the countryside's emptying out. But I've got a news story that I'll be doing on Rojo Reason News. Yes, Rojo Reason News is coming back. I've got like 30 of them in the can. I'm just on the road. I can't edit them right now. But one of them is the fact that people, these what they call slashers, these young people who have jobs purely on the internet, are wanting to move back into the countryside and out of the cities. And this is going to be an interesting trend because it kind of goes against the trend over the last 20 years and what the projections were over the next 20 years when it comes to urban planning. And it's going to be very interesting, sociology studies going on. Let's see. So romantic. Yes, it was. It was very romantic. Let's see, Jacob, I just woke up and I got to go eat breakfast and just wanted to stop and say hi. Thanks, Jacob. Give my love to the family, dude. They said March for the vaccine. Thanks, Paul. I didn't know that. Okay. All right. Back to the photos real quick. And then I'm not going to do any news stories tonight because I'm just too tired and I want to go to bed. I just want to stop in and say hi with you guys, okay? All right. So, okay. Dof, we ate this tonight. This was our dinner tonight. And for all you guys who wanted to do some food porn, there you go. And that was the sweet and sour pork. Look at the presentation on this. Is just a Hakka restaurant on a random street, maybe less than a block from this hotel. You pass by it if you blink. And they had some incredible food. We are stuffed to the gills, man. This is today. We did a little hike in, I can't remember the name of it now. Pulong? Is that right? Pulong? Xia? Okay. She doesn't know either. It's this, it was very, very odd. We went to this 4A national park, forest park, tourist spot in the middle of nowhere. We drove. We were there last night wanting to camp, and they turned us away. So we went back there today. Pulled into the parking lot, and the empty parking lot was like Wally World. It's like, hey, first one's here. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning, and security guard came up and took our information and checked our temperature, and he said, okay, make sure you eat something before you go into the park. And we were like, okay, that's odd. Okay. So we went into the ticket office. We got our ticket. It was 60 RMB per person. And it was beautiful. It was really well done, and lots of employees just kind of sitting around not doing it. Again, we're the only ones there. Got on a bus. We got a private bus all the way up to the top of the mountain, where they let us off at this resort. And we saw that the road continues to go up. We said, hey, can we go that way? What's up there? And he's like, no, 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 don't go that way. It's already abandoned. Okay, so that was our first thing. And then we started walking down towards the waterfalls, and we spent the day kind of walking through this valley that these waterfalls go down. And the place is completely abandoned. There's nobody there. We had the whole place to ourselves for the afternoon. We ate ham and cheese sandwiches. We, took lots of photos. We enjoyed the beautiful day and got eaten alive by mosquitoes because, we were prepared with mosquito repellent, but, the way we do, we left it in the car. So we got eaten alive. But it was a wonderful, wonderful thing. Here's an example of what I mean by abandoned. Again, there were employees everywhere at the bottom of the mountain, but at the top, there was nobody. It's completely empty. And this is, I don't know what this is, but it's like a viewing platform that's completely closed down and started to be overgrown and taken over back by the forest. Strange, this beautiful mountain. This is one of the villages we were at. A couple more pictures of the villages. These gentrified new villages that we were at. You can see how beautiful this is. And I can zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in and show you. I mean, these are old buildings. These are not new buildings. These are old buildings that have been completely redone. New windows, new balconies, new eaves, new everything. They have these beautiful murals everywhere. And it's not just this village. There's, 50 villages, tiny little villages on this road. Incredible. Okay, so back out. Let's see. Next. You can see how beautiful this is. I mean, I would live here. Mona sneaking a picture of me filming today. She's sneaky. It's a good shot of us. Yeah. All right. That's all I got for the photos, guys. Let's go finish up with some comments. Let's see. Where is... Oh, let's see. Kevin Law. Hey, Kevin. How you doing, man? Where is this place? This is in western Guangdong. About 1 hour from the Guangxi province border in Weizhou, but on the Guangdong side. I think that's right. I know I'm saying this right. Wrong. Deqing. I got it right. Deqing County in, I think it's the prefecture city of Zhaoqing on the far, far west side. In the middle of nowhere, guys. This is, nobody ever comes to this place. I didn't even know it existed till I stumbled across it. See you when you get back, brother. Need to sleep. Jolly, have a good night, dude. 2 choices, man. 2 choices. When you send me that message, the 2 choices, my guess is both of them. Panlongxia. Thank you, Mona. In which province? County. It's in Guangdong province, Deqing County. Yeah, Billy, it has been a nice trip so far. We're not done. We have another 2 days. Again, tomorrow night we're going to be camping on top of a mountain. I don't remember the name of the mountain. It's a local mountain here. And then the next day after that, we're going to Kaiping, see the Dialos, and go camping in Taishan. That's our plan. But on Walkabout, things could change overnight. You never know. And then we're going to go back into Zhongshan. We're gonna do some laundry. We're gonna have our RNA test again, and kind of just relax for a day or so, and then we're gonna be back at it, man. We're gonna go north towards Yingde and the Guangdong Grand Canyon. Got some great things to see out there. We have a plan to go back to Lofushan and then climb from a different side and camp at that temple. If you saw my Lofushan video, there was a temple in there. We're going to try and go back to that temple and spend the night. They were wonderful there. We want to go back. Billy, good night. Thank you for joining me, brother. Have a good one. And yeah, and we didn't get all the way down to Mao Ming like I wanted to. There was an island that we'll have to do that on another trip. It just the way things work out when you're on walkabout. Sometimes you stumble across something, or you want to get some beef noodles off the side of the road because you have a hankering for it. And you show up at a place thinking it might be a good place to camp, but you don't know. You call ahead. They say they don't know, so you show up, and the place is completely abandoned. You know, that happened to us this afternoon too. It's a lot of fun. It can be frustrating at times, but that frustration is part of the adventure, and that's what this is all about. Anyways, I got some great videos coming out for you guys. When I get back, this is just a chance to reconnect with you all and show you guys I'm still alive. Remember, follow me on Facebook, on Twitter. You'll get to see some photos of what's going on, and where we're at. And over the next 10 days or so, we're going to be hitting it pretty hard. So with all that said, I think I'm going to sign off and get some rest. So we can see I'm exhausted.